Okay, so today we'll be talking about the mechanisms of ventilation, also known as breathing. So, ventilation involves inspiration and expiration. There are two muscles that are necessary for breathing, and they're the intercostal muscles and the diaphragm. So, right here, this is my drawing of the ribs, and the ribs actually cover more of the lungs. I just drew it out there. But it's important to note what's in between or underneath these ribs, which is the intercostal muscles. And then right here underneath, we have the diaphragm. So when we're talking about breathing, it's important to consider pressure inside and outside our body. So outside our body is atmospheric pressure, which is equal to 760 millimeters of mercury. And then in our lungs, we also have the interpulmonary pressure, which is also 760 millimeters of mercury. Sorry. So the thing to remember about gas is it travels from an area of high pressure to an area of low pressure. So air outside of our bodies will only travel into our bodies if the pressure in our lungs drop. Which brings me to my next note that pressure and volume have an inverse relationship. So as pressure increases, volume would decrease, or the opposite. So as volume increases, pressure decreases. So during inspiration, our chest cavity expands and the air goes into our lungs, increase. So the intercostal muscles right here in the diaphragm are constricted. So the diaphragm moves down, and this causes the interpulmonary volume to increase, which is indicated by these little purple arrows. Okay. So, sorry, like I said, the interpulmonary volume increases, which causes the interpulmonary pressure decrease, and this will cause air to flow into our lungs because it goes from high pressure to low pressure, and the pressure on the inside, it's lower because it's at 759 millimeters of mercury opposed to outside, which is 760 millimeters of mercury. So this causes a negative difference, and then this will lead automatically into expiration because we automatically breathe out air. The intercostal muscles and the diaphragm relax, so the diaphragm will move back up, and which causes the interpulmonary volume to decrease and the intrapulmonary pressure will increase. So right here, interpulmonary volume decreases and intrapulmonary pressure increases. So the pressure is approximately 761 millimeters of mercury, and because the pressure inside is higher than outside, which is 760 millimeters of mercury, the air moves outside our lungs. And this cycle will just continue. So there you go.